Oh, I hate this. It's just like.
Recording.
I am recording, yeah.
Oh. Can
Right. Okay, welcome to something new for me, which is vlogging. So many of you might have remembered that I started out my journey on a blog, and it was justalittlebuild.com, which was about our journey as a family renovating our home. We moved out into a static caravan and I documented the whole process. Well, I'm going back to that whole idea, but doing it via vlogging, which kind of makes sense because I've been doing a lot obviously on Instagram with lots of video content, and I thought I would come here too. So I've had lots of questions over the years, and it's been now over 4 years since we moved to this house, and we've only just got to a point where we can actually share any of our plans and what we've got in store for this place. We originally bought it thinking that we would do kind of a renovation of sorts, so to use its existing structure and modify it, make it our own, a few changes here and there, but keep its A-frame structure. When we had the architect come out, he went around the property with us, and as most people do when they go around this place, they kind of go, wow, it's big, it's 10,000 square feet, so it's a large area that the house goes across, and it's kind of a very weird setup. We've got 3 houses in one, and then a middle section which is this sort of huge barn which we've had parties in, we've had celebrations, we've had the bouncy castle in, we've done, well, it's been great over the lockdown periods where we've had rubbish weather and we've had to be indoors because the kids just play in there with scooters, basketballs, footballs, all that kind of thing. So it's quite an unusual structure. So initially it was quite hard to get our heads around what we wanted to do. And as the sort of process continued, our architect said, and I think his words were, you live in an aircraft hangar that's not well insulated and needs a lot doing to it to meet current regs and to fit the lifestyle and the design that we wanted as a family. So we've decided to completely mix things up, and we're looking at actually knocking down the house and building 2 houses. It took us about, gosh, it was nearly a year actually to get to a point where we were happy with the designs. And obviously we were doing 2 houses, so we had like lots to go through. And then we did move the house, yes. We've moved it, literally we've moved it from where it is at the moment, spun it, sunk it, and shunted it over. So yeah, it's been a long process with the design, lots of Pinterest boards. I'll share a few on here of all the inspiration that we've had, and lots of, mulling over floor plans. That was the first stage, and then we went to pre-app, which we had an advisor to help us. It's not easy where we live to just get planning permission. We live on Greenbelt and in an area of outstanding natural beauty, and also we're just outside the village, so again it makes it that little bit more tricky to get planning. So a pre-app was what we were advised to go through, which took us another, I think it was another six months. And then it was planning. So we went through to planning. On the whole, it wasn't too bad actually. It started quite well. The local parish council were fine. And actually we forgot all the ecological reports and the geological surveys, ecological reports, emergency like fire egg surveys of how you would get a fire truck around the drive. We had a lot actually that we had to pay out for, and landscaping design, which we also had to do. So we went through all that too. That sort of went hand in hand, and then the planning initially was fine, and then we had a real stumbling block which took us about a year. So we only got permission granted in November, that's just gone. So we now have permission for 2 houses here, which is the main house and Orchard House. Through the process of design, we had to meet certain marks with the planning in order to get it through, because like I said, we've got AONB and Greenbelt, but also we needed to meet certain levels in terms of its environmental impact and ecological impact. The house that we have at the moment is, a lot of you have seen it, it's not the most attractive. It's quite white, well it's very white, and it's very large. You can see it from all around the hillsides. And visually, we needed to improve that. So we wanted to lower the visual impact within this space, and in order to still keep the square footage and also have two properties here, we've had to sink the property into the land, so you enter on the ground and then you drop down onto the land below. So you still get 2 stories, but the volume of impact is less than what it is at the moment. We've also had to look at ensuring that local sustainable materials are used. So we've got the red bricks. We're also using reclaimed tiles and red bricks within some of the wall structure. I've got a photo on here where we went to the architect, and he has sort of methods that they've implemented this in other properties. And there was an example there where you could have like the tiles in, so little mini beasts and bugs and things like that can go in them, and there's areas for them to live. So that was quite nice to incorporate that. We've also got bat towers that we've incorporated within the structure that add height and interest, but also homes for wildlife, green roof, solar energy, ground source heat pump. So it's a low carbon home, and that's on both houses. So it may have taken us a little time to get to this point, but we are genuinely really pleased with the outcome. We feel that it suits the land much better, and it's a vast improvement to what we've already got. That's what's been going on for the last 4 years, so I thought I'd share a little bit now, and I hope to share a bit more in terms of the floor plans, kind of our essentials within the property, what we've been looking at in terms of the layout and the flow and things that we want as a family. So I'm going to share a bit more and get back to kind of my roots of doing a bit more of the everyday. With my blog, I did a lot of different things like styling and some of the things we're doing in our house, where we went on holiday, the recipes. Everyone keeps asking for that salmon pasta recipe, which is no longer on a blog because it doesn't exist. So I'll put it on here, and some of my client work, which obviously I share on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you like, and in classic YouTube style, subscribe to my channel and yeah, follow along. See ya.